guys are welcome to go to any of the other viewing areas too. There's like 7 of them. 7? Oh, as I read yours.
Perfect voice.
My name is Robbie Graham, and that's Robbie, and Graham is Graham.
Okay, perfect. And don't worry about leaning in. The mic will get you. I know it says on your card there, but what is your title?
I'm the senior curator for all the mammal departments here at the San Francisco Zoo.
Okay, so very exciting. What is happening today and Saturday?
So today we're introducing Cecil to the press, and on Saturday he's going to be introduced to the public for the first time. So he came in here in the middle of August, and he's been doing introductions with our 3 females, and they are now cohabitating and able to be together 24/7. And so we are basically going to be introducing him to San Francisco.
So introducing a male to females starting back in August, what is that process?
So he had to do quarantine for a little while, so we had to make sure his fecals and everything that he had didn't have any parasites or anything like that he could transfer over to females. And once that was done, we would just start to watch how their behaviors were going, because they were in the same back holdings, but they would have visual access to each other. And so we'd go from visual access to mesh, and then a couple weeks ago, it was time to open the doors for all the gorillas and to let them be. And so they've had it a couple of weeks with the exhibit and in the holdings to get used to each other and figure out the rules. The girls definitely showed him who's boss and running the show.
Interesting.
Luckily, Cecil's probably one of the most even-tempered, chilled-out silverbacks there is. We're really fortunate that we were recommended to have him come here to San Francisco. He just basically will watch anybody new come in there or anything like that, just kind of like, whatever. It's not a big, scary thing for him. So we're really excited to have him here.
Okay, even keel. I was going to ask you more. Cecil's personality, what have you seen so far?
He's very even-keeled. That's pretty much it. The girls, they kind of run the show still, so he'll kind of want to keep his eye on them, kind of keep them in within eyesight, but if he starts to act up or anything, they all gang up. There's 3 of them put together, and they put him in his place. And so, it's just been really kind of funny, because sometimes it can go the opposite way, where the males try to show their dominance, and with him, it's definitely, if he just does anything that the girls are not happy with, they all let him know right off the bat.
Is there an age gap at all? Are they all kind of around the same age?
So Cecil is 26. He turns 27 next month. Our youngest gorilla is Kamani. She is 20 years old. Then Monifa is 27, and Boeing is our oldest gorilla at 45.
Okay, so we've got one that's a little bit older and then some contemporaries.
Yep.
What was the process? Now, you said that you were recommended to get Cecil. What was the whole story behind
Yeah,
that?
so in AZA zoos are about 300 gorillas, and they are managed by the Gorilla SSP. So that is a committee of gorilla experts in this country. And when a new zoo needs a new female or a new silverback or any kind of assistance or help, they're the ones who make the recommendations for it. And so when it was time for us to get a new silverback, they picked out Cecil. He was a really even-keeled male, and they wanted us to have a guy that would get along well with our girls. So they did a really good job on selecting him to come here. And he came in here in the middle of August.
Right.
So we picked him up from the airport, just like you would your grandma or something like that, except he came in his own crate, and we brought him to the zoo.
What makes these animals so special?
Honestly, they're different personalities. Great apes are they really are our closest relatives, and you can see the difference in their personalities just like night and day. Cecil is completely a different personality than Oscar was. He's completely different than Boeing. Boeing is different than Kamani, and Kamani's completely different than Monifa. they're a little shy with new people at first, but once they get used to you, they are very, what is this? What's going on here? They want to be in your business and seeing all the kind of things that you're doing, or also playing with their enrichment on an exhibit. And they're just so different. And they're so much like people, but not quite.
Right.
But they're so individualistic. That's what makes them different.
Yeah, totally. What are you hoping happens Saturday?
So we hope that when the public comes here, members will get to see him from 10 to 12, and then after 12 they'll open it to the public. And we hope the public just really gets to enjoy San Francisco's newest resident and see him with his female troupe out here.
Yeah. Anything you want people to look out for, or
They're gonna.
trying to think if there are any sort of fun gorilla nuggets we can kind of throw?
So we're hoping Cecil is a good match for breeding with our females. So we don't have a recommendation right now to breed the gorillas, but we're hoping in the next year or two we'll get a recommendation to have baby gorillas back here at San Francisco Zoo.
Wow. Okay, that's a good little teaser.
Perfect. All right, thank you. Bye.